Hello and welcome back. Today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends series Avengers Infinity War Marvel's Outriders from Hasbro. This is a slightly older figure now, however, it seems to have been given a re-release, X-stock, I'm not quite sure what. At least within the UK, where this is now easy to pick up for probably about half price. If you shop around, you can certainly pick it up from anywhere from sort of 25 to 30-ish quid. I think I picked this up for just under 30. I can't quite remember the exact price. But yeah, it was certainly sort of half price of what the original figures were, and at half price for two figures, you can't pass it up, can you? So here we have the Outriders as they appeared in the Marvel's Infinity War. They come in a windowless box packaging, which has the artwork going around all of the sides, and there's some nice artwork there. Very cartoony. It reminds me of the Infinity Saga from Jonathan Hickman's run a few years ago, before Secret Wars. It's some very nice artwork, but we also get the fractured A for the Avengers on the sides and top, and then underneath is our barcode and legal, and then on the back is a product shot of our main figure plus the secondary figure included and an alternate head. Apparently we stand at 7.7 inches tall. So let's get this opened and take a look at the figures within. Interestingly, despite being packed in a windowless box packaging, they are in blister cards, or blister packs. Packed together, we get our first Outrider, who has an alternate head sculpt, and we get our second Outrider. So they are tall, chunky figures, with some interesting body sculpts to them. The bodies are the exact same as far as I can tell. So we'll take a look at just the one here. This has the alternate head, which has the spikes at the corner of his mouth and the sort of wings coming out of the side of the head. We then get some really nice sculpted detail throughout with some nice silvery gold paint on it. The mold's certainly interesting. You get the head on a dumbbell ball joint, so you can get some full range of movement there. The arms are on those standard ball joints and swivels, so you get the full range of movement there. Bicep swivels on the arms, tight double elbows, and the standard peg and swivel at the hands. Legs are the same sort of ball joints, so you get some nice range of movement there. Nice and tight joints all throughout. We get our calf, or thigh rather, double bend at the knee, and then the swivel at the foot. Torso is interesting. The torso is essentially almost two bodies worth. It's a very, very tall body. The top half appears to be on, I think it might be a dumbbell ball joint on both, but I'm not too sure. But you get the full range of movement throughout there. and you get a, I want to say ab crunch, but the body is so big I'm not sure you could call it an ab crunch. So, but yeah, you get the crunch there as well. So essentially it's the standard Marvel Legends articulation in a slightly larger figure. I can see why Hasbro packed this as 2 figures. One, your army building purposes, and 2, this wouldn't have sold as a deluxe figure on its own, but equally it's too big and bulky to have been sold as a single figure as well. Overall, I like the sculpt of it. I'm glad I picked them up at half price. I certainly wouldn't have picked these up at the full price, mostly because they just didn't really necessarily grab me as essential purchases when they were originally released, but they are pretty decent looking figures overall. That's really about it with these figures. They are standard Marvel Legends figures with that standard articulation on just a larger body. We get our second head sculpt. That is something I'm having a problem with. They are particularly top heavy, so they don't feel like they want to stand. I'm sure if you play about with them you could probably get them in some poses where they will hold, but just immediately on camera trying to get them into a suitable position of there we go. So you can't get them standing, but they are top heavy, so they have a tendency to be a little unstable at the legs. Just bear that in mind. Otherwise they're reasonable figures, certainly at the half price point. I'm not convinced that they warrant being paid full price for. It's a tough one. I can understand why Hasbro went with the deluxe figure pricing on these. One, you get 2 figures, and 2, they are bigger, chunkier figures than your standard release. But equally, there's nothing particularly stand out or special about them either. But overall, at half price, I think they're good figures. I'm glad I picked them up. Glad I am adding them to the collection, and I can imagine plenty of army builders out there are going to be ecstatic that these can be picked up so cheaply now. But there we have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, freedom is a right, not a privilege.